Hi everybody and welcome to the TCS podcast. My name is Nan and I'm here with an October update. So September has been rough, to say the least, at least for me personally. It has definitely been exactly like the message was: anxious, busy, and always the feeling that something is missing. So I would love to know how it was for you. Thankfully, October is going to be a lot easier to deal with when it comes to our nerves, depending on what kind of person you are. It's going to be a very romantic month, actually, is what I get. A very Venus-themed month, which makes absolute sense because it's Libra season. It already started, and Libra is ruled by Venus, so that's going to be a big part of October. A great time to think about our significant relationships, to think about our friendships, but mostly actually this month they say it's going to be a big focus on significant various romantic relationships. Now, some of us have a very easy time with romantic relationships. Most of us don't. So for some people, romance and love and relationships can trigger a lot of good feelings. But to many of us, it can trigger a lot of fear, actually, depending on what we went through, what kind of attachment we have. So if we are one of those people that do feel a lot of anxiety when it comes to committing to people, being vulnerable with people, that is definitely going to be, I'm not going to say tested, because it's not really tested, but it's going to be highlighted in October. We're asked to look at our values. We're asked to look at what we bring into relationships in our lives. We're also asked to look at compatibility, because most of us, we would love to just base relationships on attraction. We all know probably from experience that that doesn't really work. If you can find attraction and compatibility, great. So what is compatibility? It's basically having the same goals and values. If we don't have that with someone, it's not going to be a super harmonious, happy relationship, because when that spark or that attraction cools down, which it always does, then we're left with our goals and our values. Then we can't really rely on all this dopamine and oxytocin that comes with the feeling, infatuated with someone. Then we have to be mature adults about it and be like, okay, this is what I want in my future. Does the person I'm with, or the people, depending on what kind of relationships you have, do they align? Do we want the same things? And if not, how are we going to work through that? Are we going to work through it? What are we going to do? So it's definitely asking us to ask ourselves some really hard questions when it comes to that. It's a time to be romantic, if you like that. It's a great time to get flowers, give flowers, make your home a more beautiful place. Ourselves, cut hair, do nails, whatever, trim beards, whatever it is that we like to do, and just kind of appreciate the beauty within ourselves and other people, but also nature. Nature, we're going, here in the Northern Hemisphere, we're going into fall season, and the trees are changing color, the leaves are changing colors, everything is just more beautiful, and I, for one, love that. So appreciate those little things that nature gives us. Look at the beauty around. If we like to go in museums and cultural things like that, great time. Anything kind of Venus-themed. A very feminine, there's my dog. A very feminine feminine essence. It's a month with a lot of feminine energy. So not feminine as in gender, feminine as in just softer, stopping smelling the roses, but appreciating the beauty. It's more beauty than just smelling the roses. It's like, wow, things can be beautiful. If we are in relationships, telling our partners they're really beautiful in different ways, just giving compliments. People always like compliments. Unless you're uncomfortable by them, but that's another video. Anyway, October is a great time with Libra. We have scales, and it could be great to find a balance. Now, when I say a balance, it could be great to not put all your energy in just work, or all your energy in just relationships, or all your energy in your spiritual practice, but to kind of have time for a little bit of everything. It's a great month for that. A great month for reconciliation, but that does not mean call your exes. They're really, really loud when it comes to that. It's not a time to call your exes. No matter how romantic you feel, how many songs are played on the radio that remind you of them, no matter how many 11 you see, it's probably not the universe telling you to call your ex at all. It's probably the universe giving you signs that what you're thinking is probably not a good idea. Let the past be in the past. It's a reconciliation with the past, but not in a physical sense. It's more about looking at nostalgia. What is nostalgia? It's this looking back at things, feeling a sense of like, oh, that was so nice. And also this kind of sadness that it's not going to come back. And they're saying that we can take that nostalgic feeling and we can see how we can bring back what we need in a better, more balanced, integrated way. So let's say that we always, from our ex-partners, wanted to have a certain need met, and we, for some reason, just couldn't get that from them. How can we find the need and find new ways to meet it? Or find partners that are compatible with meeting our needs? So it's not about taking this nostalgic, romantic emotion and just kind of like going back to how it was. Like I said, basically, I'm repeating myself. But don't throw out the baby with the bathwater. A lot of things in our past were great, but they were also not great. But within the hardships that we had, or the broken relationships or broken promises, there is some certain goal. There is something within that we can take and recreate in a beautiful sense. So it's that kind of reconciliation. So remember, everybody, ex's call, don't answer, you heard it from me. Look at ways in which you express love. Because sometimes we're so caught up in, how people show us love that we don't really think about how do we express love. What is our love language? How can we contribute to our relationships in a better way? What can we do? So don't just get stuck on what someone else does for us. It's a great month of giving in different ways. So hopefully you will enjoy October. Hopefully we'll feel a little better than September. I'm wondering if you've got anything done in September. Did you manage to, finish some old projects? Did you also kind of have a stressful month? And I hope you're looking forward to October. I know I am. I hope to see you next time. Bye.